Hi again, friends. This is the first relationship reboot video for our monthly Soul Channel report. So again, this is for December 1st, 2014. Our monthly theme is that it is time to step up and claim our mission and claim our power and claim who we are and why we're here at this time on the planet. And we can look a little bit more about that in the monthly theme video. But now we're just going to get right into the first relationship reboot. And as always, when I work with people, the first one is going to be self. So as with all transformation, we need to first start with the relationship we're having with ourselves, because it is our only guaranteed lifelong relationship, and it sets the tone for literally every other piece of our life. So, we talked a little bit about what it looks like to really step up and claim our soul mission and our reason for being here at this time and place. We talked about why, and how we're seeing that take place in our society right now, that we're really being asked to do that. And just that it's a more enjoyable, fun, exciting way to live when you're living on purpose, when you know why you're here, right? And the reason I feel like this is really about the self, well, I'm going to explain that at the end, but what I am going to say right now is that to discover and claim your soul mission, you first need to understand where in your personal experience you are already asking for it to show itself. So again, in our culture, in our society right now, we can see all the ways that we as a collective are asking for our mission to show up, because the way we ask for new and better opportunities to show up often is going to be in a really uncomfortable, sometimes painful way, especially if we're asking unconsciously. So here are some examples of ways that we could be asking that might be already in your life. So I want you to take a look at these. The theme is already showing up in your personal life if you are feeling underpaid and undervalued, if you are bored at your job, if you are overwhelmed at your job and other aspects of your life are suffering because of it, if you've been out of work and you don't know how to get back in, if you have no idea what you want to do when you grow up, if you have what others would deem a good job or a great career path, but secretly you derive like very little pleasure from it. You feel anxiety or depression when you know you will be in a situation where you need to tell others in your life what you've been up to, how you're spending your time. You're feeling disillusioned and disempowered by the state of our culture and world, and it feels like, well, what can we do? Everything's effed up. Life seems to happen to you. Like everything feels random and out of nowhere with no real order. You may find yourself also being addicted to surfing the internet, to overeating, to over drinking, to smoking pot, other types of drugs or smoking, to having sex. You may find that rather than these being like a part of your life in a balanced way, although some of them I would argue it's hard to have them in your life in a balanced way, but you may find that these addictions are especially enhanced, or these attachments are especially enhanced when you leave your job at the end of a day, or when you're like about to have to go back to work, like the night before work. You may also feel overwhelmed or frustrated by your bills, especially student loans. And this may be even if you have the money to pay all of it. It just feels like you're never getting a fair exchange, or you're feeling stressed by what the world is asking from you. And this is a good one. You may always seem to be in the middle of some sort of dramatic relationship or situation, which is kind of attached to the idea of like, life's just happening to me. So if you can relate to those, congratulations, because these are all very clear-cut signs that it has become less comfortable to stay in your same old situation than it would be to make the potentially new, scary, or otherwise brave choice of to start living from the mission of your soul. And we have been taught that any symptom of unhappiness in our current position should be repressed by any means possible, so see above addictions. But in fact, This is the genius of our soul, and this is the genius of our soul and the universe at work for our highest good, is that they are calling forth to new and better experiences for you through these situations that suck at the time, but honestly, they're just here to let you know that you're in a growing pain situation. You've outgrown your circumstances. You are ready for the next thing. I have a mentor that said something recently to me that really like hit the spot with this, and she said, tension is what leads to manifestation. Tension is what leads to manifestation. So to drop these uncomfortable signs and experiences in our lives means we're going to be dropping a series of belief systems to adopt a new way of seeing what's possible. Now, let's keep it simple. And honestly, for this week, we really just need to drop one. Okay? So here it is. So, as channeled by our guides, for our collective, this is going to help all of us if we all do it. So, the belief that we need to drop is, and we're doing it this week, is that you aren't worthy of your own love. We're dropping the belief that you are not worthy of your own love. So why is that the one? Okay. So when we allow ourselves to wallow for extended periods in what we just described above without getting curious about why this is happening, we do not feel worth more than that. So we're allowing suffering and impression of our own self. And that brings me to the point, which is that more than anything else, claiming and living out your mission and your purpose in this life requires a great deal of self-love. It is, in fact, maybe the most loving gift we can give and receive with ourselves. Because to experience an authentic sense of purpose, meaning, and understanding of our lives, to follow our own internal rhythm and guidance, and like even when other people don't get it right away, to just be like, nah, I'm staying with it. I can feel this is right. I mean, to be able to do that and then to have the chance to express our truth to the world and to succeed and to experience all these wonderful things. I mean, that is to satisfy perhaps the deepest desire we are capable of in human form, to understand our purpose and to be able to express that purpose to the world. So when you're allowing yourself that opportunity, for you to allow that, you have to feel worthy of having what it is you desire. And to feel worthy of what you desire, especially when it is you who must deliver the desire, you must feel worthy of your own love. So that is our work this week, and we're going to drop into a short guided meditation right now. I'm going to check in with our guides that are supporting this process and ask them to come be with us, and let's get into it. So you're going to get into a comfortable position, whether that's lying, whether that's seated, closing your eyes, taking a deep breath, taking a couple more deep breaths. First, just breathing to just relax the body. But we also breathe to bring in spirit. Our next breath, we're just breathing in space and possibility for this experience. As we exhale out, we're just releasing anything that happened today. Next breath, more space, more possibility for this experience. And as we exhale out, anything that happened in the last month of November. Next breath, breathing in, more possibility, more belief, more opening. And now we're just exhaling. We're literally exhaling anything that could have happened to you your whole lifetime. So you're going to breathe that out. And you're just going to let yourself be present right now. You're completely present. How you've experienced the past doesn't matter right now. We're just open to the possibility of what's next. With your next breath in, breathing in more space, more possibility. As you exhale, you're going to just picture a little thread, and it's growing right out of the center of your heart. It's going right down to your belly. You might even find that you want to put a hand on your heart, a hand on the belly. And what I'm seeing and what I'd like you to try to see in your mind's eye is like it's that mission, it's that desire. And right now it might not be clear what it is, but it's because it's like a little kid. So you're going to picture like a little baby or a cute little kid, or maybe you when you were a little baby or a cute little kid. And it's in pajamas. And it's like this mission is just starting to wake up. Just starting to wake up. So it's still in its pajamas. It's still not totally sure yet. And you're just going to take a minute and be with that little pajama clad desire, be with that little pajama clad mission. And know that it is you, that you're connecting with you. And while you still got a hand to the belly and a hand to the heart, let's just say it. I love you. Just checking in with yourself. I love you. I'm worthy of you and of your love, which is my love. I'm worthy of loving myself. And you can even picture like you're hugging and embracing this little kid, little pajama clad kid. And just know that you can keep it really simple. And what you're going to ask that little sleepy desire, that little sleepy mission, what is one thing I can do for myself this week that will really bring in the feeling of being worthy of myself love? Because loving myself is the key to activating my mission. It's the key to everything else. And let's just start with what's the one thing I could do for myself this week. First thing you hear is the right thing. Don't overthink it. We're not dealing with your brain right now. So once you have that thought or that idea, that action step, you could just high five that little kid and be like, all right, we're on it. Let's do it. Give them one last hug, one last squeeze, one last I love you. And you're going to start to roll your wrist, wiggle your toes and fingers, come back into the space. And there you go. You've gotten started. You've got it. You've got the one thing coming from deep within you. You've started to activate and wake up that little sleepy part of you that's ready to experience all the fun and excitement and gifts that are within you when you start to live and claim your mission on this earth. And it just starts with like something very simple. So just choosing to love yourself and choosing to do one thing this week consistently that proves that you do in fact love yourself, so that you can just start to like live that way, that you live in a way that's loving to yourself. And I'd love to hear, speaking of love, what came through for you. So if you want to leave a comment below, that would be so cool. I would just be thrilled to hear what you're going to do this week. And I'd also love to do that so we can keep each other supported and accountable to doing something loving for ourselves this week, knowing that it's for the greater good, knowing that it's for all of us. And if you're interested in staying connected with the Soul Channel report, I'll be doing these every month. I'll be doing these videos every week. You feel free to go to my website at Allee, A-L-E-E, Reina, R-E-I-N-A, Hoffman, Hoffman.com. You can shoot your email address into the page there. Or you can find me on Facebook at AlleeReinaHoffman.com. I've got a fan page there. And I'd love to keep you in the loop. So thank you so much for spending this time with me. I'm so excited to hear what happens for you in the coming week. And we'll talk again next week where we connect with your relationship to community. Have a great night.